Welcome to The Voice of Survivors, a podcast that shares stories of strength and success after domestic violence from the Australian charity Broken to Brilliant. The charity was founded by domestic violence survivors, and our mission is to mentor fellow survivors who are creating a new chapter in their lives, helping them to rebuild after abuse.
I will not be lectured about misogyny and sexism by this man. I will not. And the government will not be lectured by sexism and misogyny by this man. Not now, not ever. Hi, I'm Netta. Can you believe it's been 10 years since our then Australian Prime Minister Julia Gillard spoke these words? Yep, that was 9th of October 2012. She was directing her speech in Parliament to Tony Abbott, the opposition leader who had accused her of sexism. Her passionate speech became global news is now one of the hallmarks of her 3 years in power. To commemorate this anniversary, the domestic violence charity Broken to Brilliant has collaborated with singer-songwriter and the voice of Siri, Karen Jacobsen, to create a music video. The three directors of Broken to Brilliant, Kate, Margaret and Andrea, got together with 4 volunteers who are all domestic violence survivors to film part of the video. I was also involved. So I've got Kate and Margaret with me today. We just filmed the video this morning. Hello, ladies.
Hi.
So, how was it? What was it like filming the video?
Oh, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I'm glad they're going to be dubbing out my voice, though. I can't sing at all.
No, it was good, and it was a good group activity. And one of the exciting things was not only did we do it as a group, we did it like seriously and then animated, and then some of us did it, our part individually as well. So that I thought that was a little bit more intimidating, but it was good. Yeah, it was fun, like Kate said.
It'll be interesting to see how it gets used.
Yep. And how did it come about?
Well, Karen invited us because she's our international patron, invited us to be involved with the Misogyny project. And we thought, yes, we really need to do this, because that was a powerful speech that Julia Gillard had provided, and the words really mean something for women and for anyone in society around how they're treated.
And Margaret, what do you think has changed in the 10 years since Julie gave that speech?
Well, as far as a domestic violence perspective is concerned, certainly there's a lot more open discussion about domestic violence. It's not hidden away anymore. But misogyny in Parliament, I'm not really sure if there's been much of a change. And getting behind this project, I think, is really going to get the voice revisited after 10 years. So let's see what happens with our project. With our project with Karen, that is.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's huge.
That's a good point, Margaret, because there was a lot of action in the beginning, and people were reflecting on, how many women they have on boards and what are their policies and things like that. And I think it, died down a little bit. And this could be a resurgence and just a really good reminder to everybody around, making sure we're treating all people with respect and dignity and consideration and kindness, because that's what we need to do, and compassion as well. But it's not just women. We need to do it for everybody in society. And if we did that, then we wouldn't have a patriarchal culture or a misogynistic culture, or we wouldn't have racism, and we wouldn't have all of those things and bullying. We wouldn't have those things that create the abuse and the trauma. We just need to focus on being kind and compassionate to each other. And this would be really good if we could get that message across.
That's really powerful, Kate, and I completely agree with you. And personally, I found it quite shocking when Julia Gillard and some other women were interviewed about the way they were treated, because they have the most power in Australian society. Like they're in government, and even they're treated with disrespect. It's just appalling. Even like Julia Gillard pointed out, she was called a witch and a bitch. I mean, that's just appalling, really, and that was accepted back then.
Yeah, the things that have been said, the name calling, the put downs, they're all strategies of abuse. And that was tolerated and acceptable. And that was demonstrated and role-played by leaders. So what message does that send to everyone in Australian society? It's not a positive message. It's not the message that we want. It's not the message that we want our children or our grandchildren to hear. So that's why we need to raise this again. That's why we're back with Karen doing this project, so that we can put this back on the agenda around how we should communicate and speak with people.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. Was there anything else you wanted to add before we say goodbye?
Well, thank you, Netta. I think this is a great opportunity for Broken to Brilliant to join with Karen, and there'll be numerous other people on this video, but who we don't know.
We don't even know.
No.
Who else is involved? Because Karen's invited a lot of different people, and we're just one little cog in the wheel.
So when is it due for release?
We don't even know that at the moment. So it's we just had to get it done today, our recording, and we'll send it off to Karen, and then she'll be working her magic behind the scenes and editing and pulling it together, and hopefully we'll get to see a preview.
And let me tell you, we haven't even looked at the recordings from today.
No.
So we don't even know what we look like or what's going to be sent to her. It's just amazing. So it's all going to be a big surprise, and we're really looking forward to that date. And I'm sure everybody will know about it.
Yeah.
No worries.
Yeah, I have to admit, I couldn't look at myself either. It's embarrassing. But you just got to play your part, haven't you?
Oh, you do. You do.
We had to stand up to be heard and support the project.
Yeah, totally agree. Well, thank you once again, Margaret and Kate. It was a pleasure, and we'll see you again soon.
Thanks, Netta.
Thanks,
Margaret.
Netta.
It is inspirational to hear these stories and how people want to pay it forward, turning the Broken to Brilliant mission into a reality. You can listen and download the podcasts from the brokenToBrilliant.org website, where you will also find information about all our books and programs. By buying and reading our books, you support the charity, and the stories will help you recognise the red flags of abuse. You will be in awe of the strength and courage it takes for survivors to leave and rebuild their lives. All books in the series are available in print, ebook, and audiobook. You can send a message of hope and kindness by gifting a book to domestic violence survivors through the Give a Book program. Visit the website brokenToBrilliant.org to find out more. Thank you for listening.